we are watching our nation deteriorate because we do not have a government that understands that every Nigerian life matters, and so they must protect us. But then there's also another thing that I need to look at that election has such huge consequences on, and that's political awareness. Like I said, I got my awakening in 2011, and it was very, very important for me because I began to look at national development, how I could contribute, and what I needed to hold the government accountable for. But if we already have problems with our education, with our health, we have problem with security, we have problem with wages, and we have problem with job opportunities, right? How are your average Nigerian citizens supposed to meaningfully contribute to the development of this country? But bigger than that, we were supposed to hold our government accountable. There are things that we are holding the federal government accountable for that is of no business of theirs. We're supposed to hold our local government chairman or our state governors for them. But because we do not have a political awareness, we expect everything to be from the federal government. And this is also another failing of the people who are in governance. Because trust me, when people want to come out for elections, they want to be elected into any political office, they always talk about how they are going to do this, even if it is not in their purview. And that's what happens. It's a major thing that is shown, that we see people who make promises that they have no idea on how to keep, or no intention of keeping. If we had political awareness, we'll be able to hold our government accountable. We'll be able to demand our rights and then to know our responsibilities. Because rights and responsibilities are always in tandem, and they should be in tandem. But in Nigeria, it's not so. It's just not so. So the last area that election has such great impact on is on infrastructural development. Now, one of the biggest attributes that we have is our land, but beyond our land is the fact that we have interconnected roads. Why is this important? Beyond traffic from one point to another, you need to traffic goods, you need to traffic food. Farmers need to get their food from the farms to cities where they will buy them or places where they will buy them. And so with poor infrastructure, the really horrible roads that we are dealing with now, getting things from one point to another is such a hassle. And they talk about healthcare because road networks is connected to everything. If you're mining, you need to move it. If you're trying to transport things, if you're importing, whatever, you need the road network. And now I have established our road networks are not safe. You can't even travel nowhere. So what can you do? But even more than that, we need like the ICT development. That's an infrastructure that many people don't consider to be an infrastructure. It's a huge infrastructure because it provides opportunity for people to get work, to develop, to improve as a nation. Communication is so key. Technology is important. We're not even thinking of that. So because we do not vote people who understand this key, we have a 70-year-old or 70-plus-year-old person who probably does not know how to open a Google email account as your technology person. And they know nothing. Because they know nothing, they can't act properly. And yes, I try as much as possible to be as balanced, but you can't even be balanced because we're struggling with the things today. There are policies that are just out of place, that makes no sense, and you just wonder, what is happening? Look, I've said a lot, and I know that this I talk because I am Nigerian and from a Nigerian perspective, but I'm sure that a lot of us Africans have the same problems that we're dealing with. That when you vote leaders, there is a direct consequence on you. Whatever happens to you, there is a direct consequence. The Naira is in the pits as a result of the kind of government we have. Our healthcare, general, life expectancy, everything is in the pits. Again, because of the kinds of people we put in government. Our government is not something that is a walk in the park. This is never that in any country. And it's important that we have government that is respectful of the people, respectful of the nation, and respectful of the opportunity they are given to lead us. But no, they consider that we are opportuned to have them lead us. That's why we have so many of our problems. So I started all of this and mentioned all this drama because I wanted us to realize that it is on me and it's on you to go out and vote. Why is this important? The more people go out to vote, the less they are able to read the elections. I can stand on that statement from now till tomorrow. People will say, no, even that can be. See, let all of us go out. It will be harder. I'm not saying vote for any candidate. Choose your candidate, study them, look at them and see if they fit what you want, and question their personality, question their ideas. If they say, oh, in my first year, we are going to give you power, electricity, 24 hours, ask them how. If they tell you, oh, healthcare is going to be free, how? Who is going to take the cost? Because healthcare is always expensive. So who takes the cost? If you say education, free school feeding, free this, free, how? That's the big question that we need to ask. All of us need to ask. And it starts by asking these questions and then going a step further by getting our cards and then voting. And so this link that is showing right now is for you to go and get your votes done. Please get your cards. Get your cards. 2023 is not far. And I'm not just talking Nigeria. Whatever country you are, whether you're an African or a person of African descent, be committed and involved in your electoral process. That's the only way you can get the life that you want. It may not be easy, but it is doable. So I'm going to get my card. I am going to vote in 2023. And I would hold the government, whether it is my candidate that wins or the opposing candidate that wins, I would hold that government accountable. But please, it all starts with getting your card. So again, this link here is very important for you. Just copy it, put it in your Google, link, click it, and then register. Just register to vote. Election have consequences. And I'm going to end with this story. There was a day my sister told me of this boy who, very promising. He was already gearing up to leave the country because he is a software developer, already gearing to leave the country, and he was doing really well. So he was going somewhere and crossed the road and a car hit him. And once the car hit him, the ambulance actually came in time. They actually came in time and they got him. And he was already responding to treatment when the ambulance ran into traffic in Apapa in Lagos. And this boy died in this ambulance while waiting to move away from the traffic in Apapa in Lagos. What was sad about it was the very next day, the president was visiting Lagos, and all the trailers that were causing the traffic were completely gone from the roads. It means that our government is deliberate about treating us this poorly. So it is on us to ensure that we only get people who are deserving of that office and who are respectful of our power as citizens. So just go and vote. I don't have anything more to say more than that. I usually this way I ask you a question, but I'm not asking a question. I'm just saying go and register for your vote. Get your card and be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the electoral process and hold the leaders accountable. Please listen to the end of this video. I have ways that you can reach me on social media. I'm across social media, and if you want to discuss this further on any of my social media platforms, I'm open to doing so. It's hugs and kisses from Mama.